What's up, guys? I'm trying to do a voiceover right now, and I think this is the most complicated I've ever had times with the phone and GoPro. So here we go. So essentially, in this video right now, I'm just gonna talk through kind of what I'm doing because I think I like this style a little bit better. But I'm adding water to my tank for my tiny house, and yeah, I'll talk about more of that at the end. But right here, so essentially, this is my utility closet for the majority of my appliances, my utilities. What I'm showing you right now is my water heater. It's a Takagi propane water heater, and I'm going to use it to heat the water for the actual faucets and the tubs and all that stuff. And I'll also use it to run water through my heated floors. Um, the positioning on this, I think it could be fine. The only thing else I have to mount in this room is the ERV and a dehumidifier. I'm hoping I don't have to like move anything or impede or have space for doing this. So essentially, I just want to make sure I'm putting everything in the right position so I can, you know, work on everything I need to, change filters, and reach a drain with a dehumidifier like I should be able to. The Takagi is also going to be propane, like I said. So right below where you can kind of see there's a white pipe. That's where I'm going to send the propane line outside. And it's going to come outside, go down into the ground, and then go out to a tank that I'll have about 50 feet from the house. And I think that's far enough. I'm only going to have one item off the propane tank. And those red pipes right there, the PEX lines you see from that window, is the lines for the heated floors. Yeah, so essentially the heated floors will be connected to Takagi through a copper layout that I'll have to configure myself because I'm too cheap to pay for one online. I'm installing Tello on the wall right there for that utility room because I am using sheathing or just regular plywood for the siding or for the interior, just for the interior covering of that room. So I'm going to use that Intello behind the plywood just so I can keep the vapor out of the house technically. It's a smart brain membrane, so it'll basically, you know, dry to the out essentially from both sides. And hopefully that works out for us instead of cooking our insulation in between the zip. But yeah, here I am on the outside now, and this is where that propane line will come through. And I'll also kind of have something on the inside that will basically help know where I can kind of still drill through and be, you know, somewhat waterproofed. This is for the mini splits and a outlet for the mini splits. This one to the left over here will be one of my ERV ports. So I think that one will be the, I think that was going to be the import. And then the one in the middle is the line set base for the first floor in that room down there. And then to the right over there is the other ERV port. Right here I had this basically base right here for the dryer if I ever wanted to run the dryer ductwork right out the wall. We're thinking about using a stackable, so that kind of is somewhat the right height for that. I'll have to add one, like I just pointed out, to the left side of that window right there for the stove, because I don't have anything planned right now for the hood vent above the stove. So that's the plan for that. And I'm walking around my scaffolding that I just recently paid for. So if anybody needs to borrow scaffolding, rent scaffolding, let me know. I can rent it to you for a decent price. So what we have here is the front porch. I tried to match the roof to the siding because I think that looks the best as opposed to matching the roof to the roof. Just because that little section of gray would make it stand out so bad. And I also color matched the trim around that roof up there to the same as the siding. Here's my junk. My post. Honestly, I am falling in love with this front porch. Yes, I wish it would have been a little bit larger, but I think for this house size, I think it's perfect. It's pretty tall. I do have to do something on this right side right here to help keep water from coming in, and I'm hoping gutters can take care of that. But the majority of the water that is coming in is basically bouncing off the ground. So I think if I provide a, a decent area for the water on the ground to land, it won't bounce off and come onto that patio there. So right here to the left, right here, this green will be just whatever material I use for the soffit underneath the roof porch. And this is just showing how chunky it is in the house. Oh my gosh. Dude, there is so much stuff right now. Like, we're staying in a tiny house, so now we've accumulated so many toys from just moving from different place to place, and like so many items that I can use in the future, and I just decided to keep. Man, it's getting rough. So, here I am upstairs, and I'm showing you the Intello that I installed with the 2x4 strapping on the ceiling. That goes up to about 14 foot to the left side and roughly 6 foot on the lower side right here in front of you. The Intello is going to hold and house some sanctuary, keep note of that, 76%, some sanctuary insulation that I bought that'll be blown in, hopefully when it's packed. So yeah, it's 76%, and the majority of that is coming from this plastic or the membrane up in the ceiling. Yes, it does suck, but yes, I have been keeping an eye on it, and I have not seen any kind of mold growth or anything. The highest I've seen is like 80%, so that only comes, from basically going from 70 at 6 to, 2 a.m. of like 50, 40 degrees, and then back to the same thing around 7 or 8 a.m. But it dissipates in like 2 hours in the day once I open up all the windows. So, yeah, this is just the upstairs and me back to filling up my tank, picking up the line. That usually takes about 15 minutes to fill up my 50-gallon tank. I think it's 60 actually. And I usually fill it up to about 45, 50 gallons. And that'll last us roughly 2.5 days, 3 days, depending on what we're doing. And essentially, I have a basically extension cord coming from my well back there where I just parked my truck to temp pole to the left over here, because I was too cheap to bear that line, and I did not want to have to destroy it because it was about $300. So I just unplug it and plug it every time I need to fill the tank. And I also didn't want to plumb the tiny house directly to the well because I did not want to have to worry about any water leaks or anything. So yeah, it's costing me. So this is just my delivery of my sanctuary insulation. This is supposedly, a good insulation for what I'm using it for. Most people kind of use it for loose fill, but I'm going to try to dense pack it. I had to buy a reducer from 3" to 2" that I'll have to tie into a hard suction pipe that I still have to pick up. And I'm going to rent the machine from either Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm getting a lot of work now that the Attic Cat is the better of the machine to use, and you still have to modify it a little bit, but nothing permanent, of course. Just like adding tape here to increase the pressure here. And like I said, hopefully I can get it to be dense packed in my Intello ceiling membrane. And this right here is 50 bags. This is about $900 including delivery. Purchased it from Lowe's. I think it was like $16 a pack. And I just kept trying different methods on pulling it in. It came 2 hours early. And like I said, hopefully this works. If I can get this knocked out, I can start working on the wiring in the ceiling for the upstairs. I can go ahead and tie that all into the wiring for the wall, and then I can get another inspection after I have my HVAC done, which my HVAC is just going to be mini splits. So hopefully I can just purchase 2 outside units and 4 heads for mini splits. I'm going to do 2 ceiling cassettes and 2 wall mounts, and I'll have one of those in each room. But yeah, that shouldn't take no time to mount it all, because I basically have everything wired for myself. What's up, guys? I just want to jump in real quick and extend my video a little bit longer with this video clip and audio clip. So essentially, like I said, I got to knock out a few more tasks before I can get my next inspection done. I'm hoping to have that stuff done before Christmas, but who knows? Like I said, I still have to do ERV and the dehumidifier, which that's going to be new for me. I have to do duct work for both of those, wiring those, hanging those, and like I said, that's going to be new, so I think that's going to take some time. And I'm losing time now moving from I may be moving jobs, so I'm going to probably lose a few hours of work So I just need to focus and remember to keep my head down and to use my time wisely while I'm here, because we want to get in this house soon. I'm ready to get out of the tiny house, unfortunately, because, like I said, we've been in it almost a little bit over 3 years now, and I'm ready for the next stage of my life, our life, to do something else. So, like I said, if anybody wants to come help, come on. I can figure out something we can do together. Uh, I can pay you in food, beer, and maybe a few dollars if you really want it. So yeah, that's what's going on right now, and I'm just trying to keep everybody updated. Putting out videos is a little tough. So here we go. Keep on watching. Thanks. See ya.